confidence stemming from knowing English language. So now we talk about the private school students and how did they feel about their career choices. And certainly, of course, given the ideologies, given the sense of what employers are asking for, and by this boosted sense of confidence that they had the linguistic capital, that had a higher exchange value in the market, they were very, very confident. Now, when we talk about this confidence did correlate with their own sense of English language proficiency. Although no statistical analysis was done, yet you could clearly see that there was a relationship between the extent to which they thought they had the career choices open before them and the extent to which they felt they had the proficiency in English language. So the higher the English language proficiency, the more their sense of confidence in accessing careers of their choice. So those who were at the very top actually said something like, can do whatever I want. I'll just do anything. There's no problem at all. No problem, because the academic study or the career of choice is also in English. And if you know the language, then that would mean you will also be able to conceptualize what is in there in the discipline, understand it, express it, pass it, get a higher test score, and get into that career. Once you are there in the career, you have what it takes. You have the basic knowledge because you have been able to engage with it in depth, knowing the language. And then, of course, you also have the English language, which the organizations actually prefer to sort of keep up a face of calling themselves this modern, cutting-edge organization, because it keeps up with the ideology that the English language is related to education and to knowledge and to modernity. So this confidence that these private school participants gained often came at the expense of the government school participants. What I mean by that is that by watching those government school participants struggling with academic life, getting lower scores, begging them to explain certain concepts and seeing them how they struggled, even those who were lesser proficient in English language suddenly realized that they had such edge because of their linguistic capital. They were still much, much, much better than this majority of these government school participants, and they could do so much more. That meant they had also higher career choices. So it was about a sense of superiority, thinking who would select them over me. And this sense of superiority was very deeply rooted. For instance, there was this girl from a private school institution, and she said, well, English language is to command, to tell them what to do, to tell them what presentations are to be made. And this, look at the term, English language is to command. So let me remind you, these students are still in higher education. They are not in their careers, but this is what they are anticipating. And in this field of the higher education, these people are thinking of themselves as superior to those government school students, and the government school students also simultaneously feel themselves inferior to these people. So how will they possibly compete with them for careers or the same careers of choice?